That's the chief.
Hello and welcome back once again, my friends, pioneers, werewolves, divergence, and glitches to another episode of the Daily Candle Close News. And what a day it has been! We saw the orange guy kick off the bell to the New York Stock Exchange today, then get followed up with some interesting questions.
Very different from the previous administration. Strategic Petroleum Reserve like for crypto?
Yeah, I think so. We're going to do something great with crypto because we don't want China or anybody else, not just China, but others are embracing it, and we want to be the head. We're going to be ahead of AI. We're going to be way ahead of AI, and we've got to produce tremendous amounts of electricity. You know that it's unbelievable when you think that we need more than twice what we already have. If you think that's pretty for a specific industry, but we'll be able to do it. We have Lee Zeldin in charge of the environment. He's going to be giving us very strong approvals, I think, and he's going to make sure everything's good and clean and proper, but he's going to give us very fast approvals.
Natural gas, you're embracing crypto.
I mean, did we just see Donald Trump and Cynthia Lummis kick off the crypto race? I do believe so. We're going to get into that.
I know
another one right here.
A ton of things to do, but what can you say to the working person who owns stocks? Should they buy more stock?
Well, I don't want to get into a situation where they do and we have a dip or something, because that can always happen. You know that better than anybody in the world. Probably. I think you're the leading authority in going up and going down, but you always end up. He always ends up. That's the good news. But we have like Doug Burgum standing right up here, has done a fantastic job. He's been on your show many times, and we have just tremendous people. I would say this. I think long term, this is going to be a country like no other. We had the 3 best years ever until COVID came in. And then we did a good job getting rid of it. The stock market, if you look at the markets, were higher than just previous to COVID coming in when we handed it over. And now,
I know we've been.
Man, what a day, what a
What
day.
can you say to the
Donald
working
Trump
person?
calling out Kramer, talking about a possible dip. V-shaped recovery always ends up. I don't know. We'll see what happens. We got a lot to talk about today. Let me know how we're doing and where we're viewing from. Hit the like button, the share button. Get this out to somebody else in the world so they don't get distracted with the rituals and distractions we're seeing at these perfect times in the markets. We see them every cycle. So, very important. Let's get into it, you guys. This is something that I was decoding last night with my pioneers and TradeAholics and Fibonomics in the TradeAholics and Fibonomics group class and course that we teach here twice a week. Before my internet went haywire, we know ChatGPT was going crazy yesterday, so who knows? But I think it was really just the storm in my area that caused me to have to not finish the decode or the class with the community, with the pioneers here. So we're going to talk about a lot. Today is 12/12 and the orange guy is at New York, kicking off the opening bell to the New York Stock Exchange this morning. 12/12/24. Couldn't have been a better timing for this. 12 plus 12 is 24 in the 2024 year. But 12 times 12 is 144. And now that we've hit 103K, 144 is my next target range. And you all know that. So I'm going to zoom in a little bit so we can all see. Okay. Just something I threw together real quick. We know it is from the first 69K high we hit on November 10th, 2021 to today was 3 years and 33 days. Very scripted, that 333, a very powerful occultic number. Okay, angel numbers, some may call it. So we'll get back to that. But that was when we hit 69K for the very first time. Okay. Today was the 347th day of the year. And, well, that is the 69th prime number in mathematics. And what do you know? Dogecoin, a fork from Bitcoin, had an exploit today where a flaw was exploited and it crashed 69% of the nodes. Imagine that. So just this Saturnian ritual that we're seeing take place as we approach the December black moon this month on December 30th. So very powerful. Okay, the 69, the 333 connection, pay attention to it moving forward, because as we continue to move forward, we're tying in Bitcoin and Trump to the stock market, to finances right here, because they're showing you the 1971 Richard Nixon financial shift that we've been preparing you for almost 5 years now. Okay, that we were going to usher into a digital economy. All right, the beast system. All right, a digital monetary system. Okay, so we know from Trump's birthday to today, it was 181 days, tying us into Satoshi Nakamoto, the creator of Bitcoin. Okay, so very powerful. And this is all happening as we approach the black moon or Saturnalia in a few days. Okay, more importantly, known as the darkest days of the year, or what's known as the best of days. Okay, so very important. But World Wide Web, where Bitcoin is ran on, okay, giving us that same 181, tying us into the beast system. Okay, 181. Satoshi Nakamoto, we know, is 49 years old, 8 months and 8 days today, tying us into that. Well, since this statue went up to today, 49 days. 49 days ago, this statue showing honor and tribute to Satoshi Nakamoto went up. Okay, so in his 49th year, and we're seeing Donald Trump, 88, give this electromagnetic pulse, 88, to the financial markets, to the digital economy. Okay, so it is from this year, his 49th birthday, back in April on the 5th, 8 months and 8 days to today. You see what we're laying down here? The energy that the occult practices as Donald Trump's jingling the bell. Okay, jingle bell, 88. The beast, 88 number. All right, as we approach the winter solstice on the 22nd of the month. So very powerful as we are coming up to a very pivotal time period, the end of the year. But there's a lot that's going to take place before the end of the year, the winter solstice, the black moon. Okay, so I'm going to be paying attention into that 21st, 22nd microstructure reset recycle that we teach here for the markets, to show me what's really going on, what's about to happen. I think they're going to be explosive days as we transition into Capricorn. Okay, so let's zoom in and let's talk about. Hold on, the screen went black. I want to make sure we're still recording. Let's talk about how important today's connection is to the upcoming eclipse, the blood moon eclipse. It was 93 days today away from the upcoming blood moon eclipse on Pi Day, March 14th, 2025, the 1 year anniversary from the first time we hit 74K this year. Okay, so this is pretty important because Saturn ties into 93 and we're approaching Saturnalia, a time period in honor of the god Saturn. Okay, Father Time, Kronos, Odin, Death, the Grim Reaper. Okay, so very important. But Bitcoin tying us into that 117 that we get in the black cube of Saturn. Okay, this is a very ritualistic time period, all in homage of Father Time, Saturn. Okay, that 333 we got when we connected the first time we ever hit Bitcoin's 69K high to today, which was 3 years and 33 days ago. Okay, that 333 connection. But blood moon eclipse giving us that 174. And just like cryptocurrency, 174, I'll be closely watching this time period and front running the approach to this time period if we're seeing more euphoria in the markets. But Saturnalia, okay, also known as the best of days, giving us that very powerful 116 connection to today. What is today? Well, not only the day that Donald Trump rang the bell, yes, but it is also a day of the poinsettia flower, also known as the Christmas flower. Okay, so very important. If we end the day red, I'm not going to be surprised. I didn't fall for the distraction. Okay, all right, so it kind of be like a buy the rumor, sell the news type of event, right? Okay, so let's look at this. The poinsettia flower, or also known as the flower of the holy night, giving us that same 116, tying us in here. This very important symbolic meaning of why we're seeing what we're seeing on this exact day. But remember, Saturnalia, where we get this, Christmas, this Christmas celebration from, where they used to hang their tinsels and decorate their Saturnalia trees that we call Christmas trees today. But anyways, it was a public sacrifice and banquet for the god Saturn. So again, just showing the importance of why we're seeing what we're seeing and why it's showing this Saturnian energy as we are 5 days away from the start of Saturnalia. But anyways, we had that 154, okay, that we just brought up in Saturnalia in the best of days. We know that this is a time period where there's a public sacrifice. I'm going to be watching, paying attention to that. Be careful. But also where they elect a king of Saturnalia. And I believe we just witnessed that. Not just with the elections, but with this recent ritual that I'm decoding here. Because Time Magazine is out here on the December 30th edition, the Black Moon Day edition. Imagine that. Is naming Donald Trump the person of the year, the magazine. Again, he runs MAGA. He was just in the dark magic ritual, where he front ran becoming dark MAGA with Elon Musk prior to the election. So again, MAGA being one of the highest forms of black magic. Okay, so very important that we pay attention to this. I'm eyeing that 109K during Saturnalia, okay? That 109K that I'm getting, the King of Saturnalia and Time Magazine Person of the Year giving us 109. That was also a number we got in Great American Eclipse. When we would type that in, the Great American Eclipse, it'd give you 109. So I'm just watching that. Since April, I've been looking for that 109K, around that 107 to 109K, okay? So I'm still looking out for that. But anyways, public sacrifice giving us that same 73. We getting ritual sacrifice with the 154, okay? So Donald Trump out here saying crypto, he's planning to do something great with it. I'm sure he is, okay? But red Christmas flower. Do we see a red day in the charts today? We'll see at the candle close in a little bit. We're a few hours away, okay? So that 108, that 68 that we're getting, just like we got in total lunar eclipse, the blood moon eclipse coming up that we've been decoding, or Donald John Trump 68. This is known as the war number, or, well, person of the year 68. Today adds up to 68. Okay, when we look at this, 12 plus 12 plus 20 plus 24 equals 68. Okay, so very important. You know, we know in the Bible it talks about the head wound that the Antichrist get, and the world marvels around them. This could be your sign. I'll behave. But I think big things are coming. We'll just have to stay tuned. Uh-oh, this one's not loading. Let's see if we can refresh it. No. There we go. I'm sure they didn't want to show that one. We'll behave. I guess we'll have to watch what we say, but I'm just preparing y'all for a potential black swan event. Okay, if we were to see some kind of narrative. I'm not calling this, I'm not predicting this, but I'd rather be prepared, have cash on the sideline to accumulate, etc. if I get the chance, instead of getting caught off guard. Okay, but 152, black swan event, financial collapse, 152, since the day we saw him do that, this event happened, well, it's been 152 days till today. So I'm just, But Cynthia Loomis is out here saying America's got to win the Bitcoin race. So I'm tying this into the 1969 crypto race. Again, we've been talking a lot about the 69, okay, in this decode. We landed on the moon in 1969, okay? But the crypto race gives us 68. That decode tying us back into Donald Trump and this entire decode where we started. That was the origins of this decode, was him ringing the bell, correct? Jingle bells. But the Bitcoin race is what she called it, giving us that 69, tying us back into the year we landed on the moon, tying us back into the 3 years, 33 days since we hit 69K. Okay, so a very, very powerful decode that, we're not even really truly done with. We'll probably go over some few things before the end as well, just to look over our notes for a few minutes. But this was all the slides that I had put together for us. It was just getting too long and drawn out, and it just kept getting deeper and broader as we were transitioning into the snake year. We're 47 days away from the snake year. So to, for example, share that with you, we know Beast gives us that 47. Donald Trump gives us that same 88. He's tied to the 47 with being number 47, the elected 47th. Okay, so 47 days from the snake year, he once gave the snake speech. Okay, and y'all just let the snake in the house. I'll behave. All right, so anyways, number 47 days before the snake year is ringing the bell. Okay, so I'll behave, but it just goes pretty deep. DJT, for instance, giving us the 47. You catching my drift here? It happened on today. poinsettia when I spell it correctly. Gives us that same 47. The flower is National Poinsettia Day. Okay, he was just elected Person of the Year of Time magazine. You see what I'm saying? Like it's perfect timing. But I do think we've got confirmation of the beast and the beast system, cryptocurrency, the first ever crypto president. So continue to think it's good if you want to, but we're recently making life-changing wealth. I shared with my pioneers yesterday. I woke up like out of a dream. Something made me think, go look at something. I checked something out. I ended up finding 8,000 plus XRP, more than $20,000, you guys. Like, the blessing to be able to just have forgot about having that there, you know? And the situation I'm in, you know, I was sharing with them last night. If I could have, you know, gone back several years ago to that high school and then college dropout and spoke to him and said, you know, you're going to be, before long, if you don't tighten the fuck up, you know, going to be a college and a high school dropout, I'd still tell him it'd all be worth it, you know? Or that convicted felon before he committed the crime, sentenced to prison upwards of 15 years, did 8, you know? I'd tell him it'd still all be worth it. A couple years ago, you guys, 2021, y'all know, y'all been here, you've seen my story. A lot of you who have followed me through the minutia, the monotony, the mistakes, the ups, the downs, the ebbs and the flows. I mean, you know, I used to go through it, man. And even in the last bull market, you know, we knew what was coming. So we only took a little bit of profits, like we held a majority of our profit. We wanted that long-term capital gains. We were still in that short-term, you know, things like that. Like we were trying to teach a sophisticated approach, long-term 7 to 10 year theory. And I had to move my son back in with my mom. Like I slept in fucking park tunnels with you know, park tunnels. Y'all know what I'm talking about, the ones that would get you up to the slide. With my blanket and my pillow, I slept on the couch of friends' houses. You know what I'm saying? To get where we are today, I'd still tell that person, man, it'd all be worth it. You know? I remember tens of thousands, hundreds of $1,000 losses in a single day. Over the last going on 6 years now. And we're just getting ready to possibly see tens of thousands, hundreds of $1,000 daily gainers. You know, I mean, so when I say when you plant a seed, don't expect to eat fruit the next day, the next week, the next month. Like, it takes time for your hard work, your seeds to blossom into that poinsettia flower. You know, the flower of the holy night, you know, that Christmas flower. And I'm just ready to shine bright like the star, like the angel on top of the tree, you guys. Let's go. How we doing? I'm gonna check out the chat. Who we got? We got Spirit of Simeon in the hizzy. Let's go. All right. Let me get back to my chart. But that's what's up, man. He said, "Hey, coach, here for the gems, man. Man, you are the gem, so I appreciate that, my guy." But yeah, Modern Swords. So what up, coach? What up, coach? What up, son? Glad to have you, Modern. Floyd said, "Bro, you the man." No, Floyd, man, I strive to be the man. Okay, like I wasn't that way until I met you, so I must have got it from you. You know what I'm saying? Okay, Floyd. I just strive to be the man. I still know I got a lot of work to do, and a long ways to go. But look at how far I've already came. You know what I'm saying? So, like, I appreciate you saying that. But you know, it means the world. I'm gonna strive to be the man for you, Floyd. Thank you. You're the man. I got it from you. All right. He said XRP plunging today to feed the soul harvester's full moon. Well, I mean, December is known as a few things. I'm pretty sure the harvest moon we've already transitioned through, and it depends on, I guess, how you're looking at astrology. But I know it as the cold moon, so it's being pretty cold. You're right. I mean, no more cold Decembers, lonely cold Decembers. I'm telling you, man, I'm tired of them. You know. So, um, shout out to Rod Wave, man. I'm ready for them cold Decembers to be over. I'm ready for January to get here. That new cycle, that cyclical nature to to that cyclical nature to pitch in and give us maybe a new change in the markets. That up thrust. It's probably gonna be here before then. It could be. So we'll see. We could hang out sideways and stagnant the rest of December. But I just don't see that unless we get some kind of narrative. Kind of like the Decode was showing, is kind of showing some eerie feelings at times, but history has never shown us to take a dump right here. Like people are calling a retest back to 74K and closing the CME gap. Like we've talked about it. That's options, yeah, but history has never shown it to happen right here. You can go back to late August, November, December time periods for 16 years of data in Bitcoin, and it's usually going to show you an uptrend. The only time it's not is in a lunar cycle when we're pushing down into the bottom during this time period or coming out of this time period. So, I mean, yeah, unless something happens, I just don't see us pushing much further down for crypto harvesting during the full moon or whatever, this dark black moon. I see it being a very pivotal time period. Again, tomorrow we have what is known as, I forget how to say it, you guys. It's some kind of positioning importance of 135 degrees Sasquatchia or some shit like that. I don't know. It's hard. It's a hard word to say. Don't make fun of me. Like I'm pretty intelligent, but that one I gave up on. But it's kind of important. And then there's the 15th that I'm looking at, the 16th as well, as important days for volatile activity. But none of it I really see as downside, implied action. We should be getting ready to see the roof come off this thing, but I'll behave. We'll wait and see. Should we hodl? I mean, I've held XRP for fucking 6 years. I bought it at 13 cents. And I still hold it. So that's all I can say. I got targets of multiple dollars. I think we're about to see roughly $4 to $5 easily. That's just my personal opinion. We got plenty of XRP charts pulled up. Bitcoin XRP tonight. We can talk about other cryptos when we get done with them. That's fine. But yeah, we'll get to that in a moment. We'll let you make your own decision. We got Razzle Ray in the house. Flare, FTW. I guess you're saying fuck the wait. But yeah, we're gonna wait on that. But I could be wrong. But yeah. We got Floyd, Jesus is king, but you the man. Appreciate it, my guy. Appreciate it. Jesus is king. De nada. But yeah. XRP, straight to it. I don't really want to lose this multiple year 786 parallel fib channel that we are seeing XRP at. So let me zoom in, you guys. Get in here, do that. Oh Lord, what happened there? I can't see my chart no more. I love it. $10,000 computer acting up. I love it. You gotta love it. All right. There we go. Let's try this again. All right, there we go. So, I was talking about the 786. Like I think we could be at a moment like this right here at this 786, where we had this first surge up back in 2017 into March before getting a pullback, before surging up again. I'm not saying we do that this March, but we will see. We will see. But it's the last time we were at this 786 like this, and we broke above it and back tested it before breaking up. So let's zoom in. Let's go deep. Let's go look at this for a second. We broke above it, back tested it, got pretty ugly for a second, and then just rocketed straight up. Now let's zoom into where we are today. Same 786. Haven't been there since, you guys. Okay? We fell below it right here. Got above it, rejected. Okay? So this was coming into the July 2022 lows for XRP, bear market. Okay, we know that Bitcoin was at $15,000-$16,000. We were screaming buy. Okay, so we traded sideways for roughly a year until we went straight up come December, January, end of the year. That's what we're looking for. Maybe we do dump down a little bit, but either way, I expect to end the year, begin the next year bullish. Okay, so. But we pumped up to 94, roughly $1, rejected from the same 786. Traded sideways the entire last year. So 2 years trading under the 786. We get back above it. We back test. I think we're about to rip towards $5.89. Anyway, I'll behave. But y'all know that's an important range for the XRP community, but they think it's 589, and it could be. Like, we'll have enough to sell at that range if that's the case, believe me. But I'm definitely not going to continue to just wait. Okay, when I start moving up from 13 to 17 cent initial buys, average buys of 20 to 25 cents, under 30, I'm going to keep selling at these dollar ranges, these double digit ranges if we already get them. Okay, I can make life-changing wealth off of it and change the wealth of, my family, my future self, my son, and that's what I'm going to do. I'm not going to wait. All right, I've been waiting 6 years. I said it would be a 46 year. I've taught that for years, and I'm going to capitalize on that. Okay, but that's not the end for me. All right, I'll be in this long term. Okay, now I'm just trying to make generational wealth after making life-changing wealth. Okay, so let's continue to look at some more XRP charts. So I'm hodling. Not personal advice. Not financial advice. It's personally what I'm doing. I've been given this trade setup that dumped on us once we lost $2.23. We knew that would happen. Since then, we've been above it, and if we lose it again, it's going to dump harder. Okay? But if we bounce from it or just continue to hold it or hold this long term, it's not the same 786, but it's just a long-term trend line. Okay, it's basically the 786. The 786 gave us the same bounce or of rejection. So now if we got above it and we're back testing it, I'm playing it as the same thing. Buying climax. Okay, short-term 2-hour time frame. I'm looking at this as a buying climax, selling climax, possible spring. Maybe we're on our way up, or maybe we're still working in closing in this $1.89 range again, $1.80, something like that. I really don't want to lose 187, 181. Okay, that's going to show more downside. So I would accumulate if they give me that chance. Not financial advice for you guys, but I've got capital. Anyways, I've got capital to accumulate there. Okay, so that's just me. Let us pray. This is kind of what I've been looking at, is a kind of like inverse head and shoulders. But there's that 322 EMA kind of showing you that accumulation range that I'm looking at. I don't want to see that happen. But it would be more of a much larger broadening falling wedge that we would be in. So we would just, adjust this a little bit to something like, I really want to keep it right there. Yeah, but yeah, something like that. So, we can easily come right down here, retest this trend line and area again, form the bottom around that 177-ish, 180. We bought right back up, but it's just this round top, double top right here that I'm not liking, this kind of rising wedge that we're forming. It does look pretty ugly. Good God, somebody's going crazy on my X and Twitter profile, liking everything. Shout out to y'all, whoever that is. Real true pioneers, man. Shout out to the 400 followers we got here on YouTube now. Finally, we're able to break that number. Headed for 500,000 next. It's been many years. Number one banned crypto YouTuber on the planet, you guys. Shadow banned. X just knocked off 50 more subscribers. I'm barely over 100. We were just at 350, you guys. We got to get ourselves back up. So it is what it is. It is what it is. But that's kind of like the trade setup I was looking at. I would like to see it continue up higher, push towards that $2.70, $2.80. But we will see. We will see. Yeah, this is just the Elliott wave triangle we've talked about so much, breaking out. So yeah, I'm still hodling. I got much higher targets. Went 262 is the level to break. We've talked about this in a post on November 21st. I shared it in multiple Discords on my X, I believe. But $2.62. Once we hold it, I got us there. Now we just got to hold it, okay? Once we hold it, I think it's 340, 380, upwards of $5. So I think we can easily just reach into new all-time highs. That thrust into price discovery. So, which is what I officially think Bitcoin is just completed, is that thrust into price discovery. And now the bell on the rest of the market was just raining today. That's my personal take on this ritual that we saw take place, being 93 days away from the blood moon eclipse. And we know altcoin season usually lasts about 93 days. And I do expect Bitcoin to continue to rise between now and then to carry them altcoins. So if that means we got about 93 days left in this market, not saying that's the end, we'll see what happens come after March, after May. Come mid-year next year, end of the year, if we found support somewhere and are heading higher, we'll find out. But I mean, we're 93 days away possibly from seeing the end of this market. And we're just given this by the code today. So I do expect, now that we're starting to see daily closes possibly in a few hours above 100K, we will see. If not, we're headed towards 93 to 96K. That's just what the TA shows us. Maybe 94 holds us. 98 can hold us. So we'll see. But I mean, if we start closing more dailies above 100, you're going to start seeing XRP start closing above $3, period. And that's just my personal belief. The rest of the market's going to continue to start closing above their thresholds and their sell walls. So that's just what it is, Jack. But yeah, $6.30, $6.40. Next targets. Had these two, were able to get us here, same as this one right here, basically. Just getting started. High is $27 on this chart. This one shows a high of 262. That's reaching for it, but I'm just being euphoric. Okay, maybe it's hopium. So, but it's taken 7 years too. So, I mean, there is a lot of suppression. There is a lot of, momentum built up. And if it does repeat history, then there's a possibility to see the first ever 3-figure XRP. But it's not going to happen between now and March, I don't believe. I believe it's going to be more like April, May, June, July time period. So we'll see. We'll see what happens. But yes, 9 to 19, 2 targets right here. If we pull the fib from back here to, well, I'd really need to go to this swing low. So it'd be more conservative actually, or we can just make 2 more ranges. As high as 19, we could say, but more conservative approaches would be 650 to the 4.236 of $12. So, like, I mean, yeah, I'm still holding XRP to answer your question, Floyd, Mr. Mayweather. For the win, Flare for the win. Yeah, I believe it's going to win. I got in it. I'm invested heavily in it. Just bought 22,300 shares a week or 2 ago. Good for you, man. Thank you, Floyd. Waters Above Crypto is a great channel to learn from. He's convinced the elites use gematria and astrology. Yeah, we and him have actually had an interview back in April. You can go and watch it on my channel. I don't think he shared it on his. But yeah, we've I've been here since 2019 on Facebook is where my journey started. I had Mr. XR Billionaire on YouTube. I was 1 strike away from getting banned, so I started this one. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I've been doing the same thing, and I kind of firmly believe that as well. So his works were 2 peas in the same pod, is what I've always thought. Great minds think alike. I haven't been able to watch a lot of his work since June, July this year. People share some things with me sometimes because a lot of people were in the same community in my community as his. So I spoke to him and brought up the blood moon eclipse back in our podcast and talked to him about my thoughts on heading into that time period. I'm sure he probably is familiar with it or very similar in thesis on that being an important time period. Lunar New Year, not Lunar New Year, but I mean, yeah, Lunar New Year will be in January, but the astrological New Year in March, the true Easter, cherry blossom season is what I teach it as. He's gonna say it's the I already know the total lunar eclipse, which is true. That's what it is. But I just know it as cherry blossom season. That's what I first learned it as. Not all moon cycles will play out the same, but cherry blossom season is always during that time period. So we tend to see the markets blossom during that time period between March and April. Obviously nothing can go straight up, so usually corrections come afterwards, and that's right typically time with front running the sell off into sell MA and walk away. So yeah, I'm very familiar with him. I've followed him since he started his channel. Thought like, okay, this dude's got the same grasp on things. What he gave me was adding mythology to the mix. I knew about it. I've studied it before, but I never thought to add it in my decodes. And it was a game changer. Always has been. So yeah, him, Logan, even though he's not more crypto related, I do support both of them. I just don't know that they'd say the same about my work, Floyd. I would say that. So, but yeah, I'd suggest following him. I've always tried to support his work. Yeah, I don't want to lose the 21, so 96K is about as low as I'd want to go. And I don't know that we get that low anymore. I still think we continue to squeeze towards that 115K. We are 115 days today away from Satoshi Nakamoto's 50th birthday in the snake year. Snake equals 50 in numerology. So, Satoshi turns 50 in the snake year. Snake equals 50. We're 115 days away. That ties us into this year's elections that we're on 11/5/2 today. So, that's pretty interesting. But, yeah. I don't know. That's where I think we're going to go, is towards that 115 to 117 range. Maybe we only cap it off at 113. I'm eyeing that 107 to 109 on the next move up. So it's a little percentage from where we are right now, about 8%, 9%. So 7 to 9%. Let me know what y'all think in the chat, man. Where we at? Yeah, me and him talked a lot also about that Great American Eclipse. So it showed a lot of total darkness and black totality in the path, and now we got the black moon. So I would like to get back with him, talk to him about this 144K Bitcoin possibly in Sagittarius. We're 144 days away from Hal Finney's birthday today. 144 days ago was the day that Donald Trump knocked out Joe Biden in the race for the elections, and now we're witnessing the Bitcoin race. So I think I can bring up some pretty interesting connections to bring up with him to speak about, to discuss like a broader aspect and a future approach to the markets, especially in the snake year, in the serpent year, as we approach cherry blossom season. But I just don't know that he'll ever give me another shot. We're Modern said, we doing a class tonight, coach? We tried to do class last night. I held class last night. I tried to hold class last night, but what's today? Today's Thursday. Yeah, I don't know if I can do it. I'd have to see. I might be able to hop on the Discord for a little bit and hang out with you guys or something. But yeah, that's why I wanted to come on while I had a little bit of time and do a live stream with the world, with everybody. Share this decode that I was trying to share with you guys last night before the internet or Chat GPT, even though I don't use it, and all these other things that were kind of going on with the internet or other companies that you may have seen something about. I really just blame it on the storm that I had in my area. It just knocked me off. But I was trying to just come out and share this decode around the crypto race and when we gonna moon, you guys? To the moon, let's go. I just think the race was started today. So I want to come share that very important message. Do you think it's late to DCA in Velodrome Financial? Man, Velodrome Financial, last time I looked at it, was still very low. I'm not saying it's not up, but Velo, that may have been Aerodrome too. And I don't know what it is neither, I wouldn't say it's too late, but it's definitely not the 0.8 cents and everything that we were calling months ago. My cat's high as hell, you guys. I gave her some catnip. She's running around like crazy. It's breaking the 702. So, if we were to hold this as support, like we should, we're looking at $1. We're looking at the 1618. So, you're looking at 85 cent come up on every share. So I mean, almost 100x, right? What is that? No, yeah, 1,000, almost 1,000x. Yeah, 500x% gain. So I mean, I don't think it's too late if we're going to continue to break all-time highs in this massive W pattern. High or low. I think we're about to go set a higher high. So 52 to 85 cents is what I would look for. Anything above that is amazing. But yeah, I mean, I wouldn't say it's too late. It's just certainly not your best opportunity. Breaking the 702 is usually signs for upside. Also, where you see Aerodrome going, yeah, $1. Yeah, 99 cents. Front run that $1, $5.89. Let's go ABC 876, $5.89. I promise you, I have something to sell there, and I'll show the proof. Believe me. And it ain't even about all that. You know what I'm saying? My work speaks for itself, especially day in and day out when my group here with me live all the time. I'm just gonna make sure I change my life way before then. I promise you that. Cool, I bet. Yeah, way before that. So, but yeah, you guys, how long we been doing this thing? We'll look at Flair real quick, because that's another one I know that Patoy Raza Ray was bringing up. Because, I mean, I personally, I got tens of thousands of Flair. I'm trying to accumulate Flair on a dollar cost average, possibly even throughout the bull market into the bear market. Gain passive income on it, like make money every 3 days, like okay. It's a no-brainer. It's a no fucking brainer. It ain't got to the 702 yet. So, it just got rejected from the 702. It came back to the 21. I'm still trying to buy this 2-cent Flair before we go to, I'm looking at 5 to 8 cents. And then I'm looking for so much higher. So I'm going to be looking at 17 to 19 cents off the jump once we start breaking above 8. So this 1618 making an extension towards the 4.236, upwards of 19, 20 cents. So that's where I'm going to start targeting. All right. W pattern, high or low, about to set a higher high. That's just what I firmly believe. Just got to start closing above the 706 so it can propel us into new all-time highs. Could take some more time. We could do some more chop. Could do some more. Who knows? I'm not going to say we can't, especially in the altcoins. But, I mean, if this is it, if the bells will just ring and we got 93 days of altcoin season, we should start to rip, okay? History shows that. So, that's about typically how long alt season lasts. So, we know that. So, all right. Flair looking nice, man. Flair looking nice. Mighty nice. All right, but just remember the decode we went over tonight, you guys. Donald Trump signifying, I think, the $144,000 call out that I brought up with you guys right here. Maybe we get some sideways price action, close the CME gap like everybody's talking about, the 74K retest of highs. That's not uncommon, okay? Because Zcash just did that. You got altcoins that are doing that right now, back testing the previous highs that they set. That's fine. So if Bitcoin does that, that's cool, okay? But I just don't see it. No time in history have we done that, okay? So if it does it, it will certainly be an anomaly. Zcash is showing the way. Things like gold right now are showing the way. I mean, just look at gold. Dumpity dump, okay? So maybe we're going to see some more downside. I don't know. And then come up out of it, like I was just showing you on this Bitcoin chart. Let's look at Zcash real quick. So you understand. See, back test basically of previous highs right here. Okay, so I'm not saying we can't do this. I just don't see it happening. History doesn't show it. But it would be, I think, time with a narrative around the black moon, etc. So I'm still projecting, not predicting, but projecting that call out we made on our Twitter account several weeks ago or so. But that $144,000 in or coming out of transitioning through Sagittarius into Capricorn, okay? But, known as the Archer that never misses his mark, but the Ascension Sagittarius, that 144,000 chosen one, the chosen range for the number one crypto, okay? The first to ever do it, all right? So let's see if we can continue to manifest this into our fruition. Still eyeing that upwards of, this has been a long-term chart that's played out tremendously if you've just given it time. That 117 to 128, as high as 157 to 174. Again, that cryptocurrency blood moon eclipse, 174. You can kind of see maybe by March, April, we're hitting that 174K, coming back down for a year or so before we continue up in this possible 7-year thesis that we've been building here at the Daily Candle Close News, that you're going to want to invest in yourself and invest in our classes and things like that to understand that deeper, longer theory. But yeah. All right, you guys, just looking at the chat, hanging out for a second. Basically made it an hour in. Getting ready to get off here. Gotta, go do some things, take care of my son, get some Christmas things together. This, that, and the third. We had judging for our apartment Christmas lights and all today, so I'm trying to win money off my rent. So it's been a busy day. But I put this decode together when I found out Trump was going to be doing his little thing today, his little ritual and distraction. And I want to come out and, just kind of share with you all my thoughts on it. I'm not getting fudded, distracted. I'm not FOMOing into the market right now. I'm staying grounded in my thesis, staying that sophisticated mindset, that leader that leads by example. And, just waiting for my exit strategy and targets to come in. I still think we have so much higher to go, and we're just now starting to close daily closes above 100K. We're just now starting to see the altcoins start to rip, I do believe, and start closing dailies above their thresholds and sell walls, their new all-time high levels. And, then the crypto race is on, like Cynthia Loomis and Donald Trump just showed us. So if you enjoyed the decode, share it with somebody. Get it out there. Let us know what you think in the chat before we get off here. But I'm going to step back, relax, and give you all a few minutes, to do that, to hit the like button, to hit the share button, and to let me know how you feel. Because Coach Abe getting ready to sign out, go hang out with his cat, his son. All right, let's do it.